Hello everyone, my name is Casey Nicole Bantas. I am in the group 2. So my topic is about taxable estates and trust. So hindi ko na po basahin yung mga definitions nito kasi medyo mahaba po. Explain na lang ako. So estate. An estate is everything a person owns and owners when they die, like money, land, and debts. So if a court helps divide the estate, or called judicial settlement, so the estate has to pay tax on any money it makes. But if the family divides it without going to court or extrajudicial settlement, so the estate doesn't pay tax. But the people who get the property or the heirs will have to pay tax on the money they earn from it. So next one is trust. So a trust is when someone gives property or money to another person and a third person manage it. The one who gives it called the grantor. So the one who gets it is the beneficiary. And the one who manage it is the trustee. So if the trust can be changed or irrevocable, so it has to pay tax on any money it earns. But if the trust can be changed or revocable, so the person who gave the property or the grantor pays the tax, not the trust. So if the paper don't say if the trust can be changed or not, it is shown to be revocable. So next is corporate income. So a corporation is any kind of business or groups that set up to do work or earn money. So this includes big companies, companies owned by one person or one-person corporation or OPC, partnerships, and even groups doing big projects like buildings or energy. It doesn't include groups of professionals doing construction work. So corporations can also be non-profit groups like charities, churches, or government organizations. So next is domestic corporation. So domestic corporation is a business that is started and follows the laws in the Philippines. So this includes one-person corporation, which is OPCS, owned by Filipino citizens living in the country. So there are types of foreign corporations. So what is a foreign corporation? So it's a company that was created in another country, so not in the Philippines. So example number 1 is Resident Foreign Corporation or RFC. So this is a foreign company that does business in the Philippines through a local office or branch. Next one is the Non-Resident Foreign Corporation or NRFC. So this is a foreign company that does not do business in the Philippines directly. So there are other types of business taxpayers. So number 1 is one-person corporation or OPC. So this is a company owned by just one person, or the owner can be a person, a trust, or an estate. And some businesses like banks or insurance companies are not allowed to be one-person companies. So professional like doctors or lawyers usually can't make an OPC just to do their job unless a special law allows it. Next one is partnerships. So this is a business started by 2 or more people, and they share more money, ideas, and split the profits they make. So next one is joint venture. So a joint venture is a temporary business project where people or companies team up for a special goal, or like a one-time construction project. So it can be set up like a partnership or a company. So last one is co-ownership. So this means 2 or more people own a property together, or if they are just keeping the property or sharing its rent or money, they don't pay tax as a group, but each person pays tax on their share. But if they use the money to invest in other businesses, it becomes like a business and is taxed like a company. So next one is general rules on income tax. So these charts explain who gets taxed based on where they earn, inside or outside the Philippines. So next one is the residency and the citizenship rule. So because they get more benefits from the Philippine government, like protection, services, and support, so they're expected to pay taxes on all their income, even money earned from other countries. So next one is situs of income. So situs means where the income is taxed, or which country gets to tax your earnings. So it's different from the source of income, which means what created the income, or like a job or property. So why situs matters? Because it helps the government know if income should be taxed in the Philippines, or very important for people who only pay tax on Philippine income, and for those who earn money globally. So next is income situs rules, or where tax is paid. So there are the types of income is interest. So it tax where the person who owes the money lives. Next, or royalties. So it tax where the idea or patient is used. Next is rent. So it tax where the property is located. And services. So it tax where the work is done. So there are illustration in this part. So let me explain this. So imagine a person. We'll call him Alex. So he earned money from 5 different sources. So this is the source of income 1 to 5. So the first one is interest from a foreign bank. So how much? It's 300,000. So what is it? So money Alex earned by saving money in a bank outside the Philippines. So where did the money came from? It's outside the Philippines. So next one, interest from Philippine bonds. How much? It's 50,000. And what is it? So money Alex earned from investing in bonds in the Philippines. So where did the money come from? So it's inside the Philippines. And the third one are royalties from books in the Philippines. So it's 100,000. And money Alex earned from books he published in the Philippines. So it's inside the Philippines. So number 4 is rent from property abroad. So it's 150,000. So money Alex earned by renting property in another country. So it's outside the Philippines. Professional fees paid in US dollars. So it's 400,000. So money Alex earned for doing work in the Philippines, but the client was from another country. So it's inside the Philippines. So based on situs rules, the government separates Alex's total income. So the type of income, foreign bank interest. So the income is from outside the Philippines or without. So the total is 300,000. So the other type of income is domestic bond interest. So the income is from Philippines or within. So the total is 50,000. So another type of income is book royalties in PH. So the income is from the Philippines or within. So the total is 100,000. The next one is rent from property abroad. So the income is from Philippines or within. So the total is 100,000. So next one is So next one is rent from property abroad. So the income is from outside the Philippines or without. So the total is 150,000. Next one, type of income is professional fees. So it earned in Philippines. So the income is from Philippines or within. So the total is 400,000. So what happens now? It depends on who Alex is. So if Alex is a Filipino citizen who lives in the Philippines, so he will be taxed on the entire 1 million from both inside and outside the Philippines. So if Alex is a foreigner who lives outside the Philippines, he will tax on only 550,000 the income earned inside the Philippines. So that's all.